Hey there YouTube, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope y'all had a really nice weekend out there. I had a nice Saturday, went down to Pensacola. It was a beautiful day, about 65 degrees, sunny skies, picked up a few things, had a nice lunch, and then today woke up to drizzly rain, gray, kind of chilly, lazy Sunday, listening to a little jazz, doing a little housework, and just getting ready for the week. Anyhow, today I want to talk about Be Love Now, the Path of the Heart. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you go down and hit that subscribe button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel and can come back and check out some more. I've been really more tuned back into Ram Dass since he passed away a few months ago, a couple of months ago, a month ago. I don't know. I kind of lose track of time, and I think he would appreciate that. And just always kind of exploring that path of love, the path of the heart chakra, because that's not my natural go-to, and I'm trying to make that a little bit different. I'll leave you guys a link down in the description below, but this is actually ramdass.org. It's his site. And this is a book excerpt. This is actually a book, and this is a little excerpt I was reading yesterday out of it. I almost did a video yesterday, but I was too lazy when I got back from Pensacola. Book excerpt, Be Love Now by Ram Dass. Imagine feeling more love from someone than you have ever known. You're being loved even more than your mother loved you when you were an infant, more than you were ever loved by your father, your child, or your most intimate lover, anyone. This lover doesn't need anything from you, isn't looking for personal gratification, and only wants your complete fulfillment. You are loved just for being who you are, just for existing. You don't have to do anything to earn it. Your shortcomings, your lack of self-esteem, physical perfection, or social and economic success, none of that matters. No one can take this love away from you, and it will always be here. Imagine that being in this love is like relaxing endlessly into a warm bath that surrounds and supports your every movement, so that every thought and feeling is permeated by it. You feel as though you are dissolving into love. This love is actually part of you. It is always flowing through you. It's like the subatomic texture of the universe, the dark matter that connects everything. When you tune into that flow, you will feel it in your own heart. Not your physical heart or your emotional heart, but your spiritual heart, the place you point to in your chest when you say, I am. This is your deeper heart, your intuitive heart. It is the place where the higher mind, pure awareness, the subtler emotions, and your soul identity all come together and you connect to the universe, where presence and love are. Unconditional love really exists in each of us. It is part of our deep inner being. It is not so much an active emotion as a state of being. It's not I love you for this or that reason, not I love you if you love me, or it's love for no reason, love without an object. It's just sitting in love, a love that incorporates the chair and the room and permeates everything around. The thinking mind is extinguished in love. If I go into the place in myself that is love, and you go into the place in yourself that is love, we are together in love. Then you and I are truly in love, the state of being love. That's the entrance to oneness. That's the space I entered when I met my guru. Years ago in India, I was sitting in the courtyard of the little temple in the Himalayan foothills. 30 or 40 of us were there around my guru, Maharaji. The old man, wrapped in a plaid blanket, was sitting on a plank bed, and for a brief uncommon interval everyone had fallen silent. It was a meditative quiet, like an open field on a windless day, or a deep clear lake without a ripple. I felt waves of love radiating toward me, washing over me like a gentle surf on a tropical shore, immersing me, rocking me, caressing my soul, infinitely accepting and open. I was nearly overcome, on the verge of tears, so grateful and so full of joy it was hard to believe it was happening. I opened my eyes and looked around, and I could feel that everyone else around me was experiencing the same thing. I looked over at my guru. He was just sitting there, looking around, not doing anything. It was just his being, shining like the sun equally on everyone. It wasn't directed at anyone in particular. For him, it was nothing special, just his own nature. This love is like sunshine, a natural force, a completion of what is, a bliss that permeates every article of existence. In Sanskrit, it's called Satchit Ananda, truth consciousness bliss, the bliss of consciousness of existence. That vibrational feel of Ananda love permeates everything. Everything in that vibration is in love. It's a different state of being beyond the mind. We were transported by Maharaji's love from one vibrational level to another, from the ego to the soul level. When Maharaji brought me to my soul through that love, my mind just stopped working. Perhaps that's why unconditional love is so hard to describe, and why the best descriptions come from the mystic poets. Most of our descriptions are from the point of view of conditional love, from an interpersonal standpoint that just dissolves in that unconditional place. When Maharaji was near me, I was bathed in that love. One of the other Westerners with Maharaji, Larry Brilliant, said, "How do I explain who Maharaji was and how he did what he did? I don't have any explanation. Maybe it was his love of God. I can't explain who he was. I can almost begin to understand how he loved everybody. I mean, that was his job. He was a saint. Saints are supposed to love everybody. But that's not what always staggered me. Not that he loved everybody, but that when I was sitting in front of him, I loved everybody. That was the hardest thing for me to understand, how he could so totally transform the spirit of people who were with him and bring out not just the best in us, but something that wasn't even in us, that we didn't know. I don't think any of us were ever as good or as pure or as loving in our whole lives as we were when we're sitting in front of him. Welcome to the path of the heart. Believe it or not, this can be your reality, to be loved unconditionally and to begin to become that love. This path of love doesn't go anywhere. It just brings you more here, into the present moment, into the reality of who you already are. This path takes you out of your mind and into your heart. Tell you, Ram Dass, there's a lot. I didn't come across Ram Dass. I didn't know about this guy until quite late. I'll be honest. Probably within the last 3 years, I've come to read some of his stuff and be more aware of him. And he's just a phenomenal man. And his time, I'm just fascinated by his time in India and his stories from India. Krishna Das, the kirtan singer, chanter, however you want to say it when they do kirtan, he has a excerpt here on YouTube, and it's the is it Ram Dass? Just if you'll just search like Krishna Das, Ram Dass, Maharaji story, Christ Maharaji story. Because they had asked, there was this story one time, there were Westerners in the temple again other than Ram Dass, and one of the Westerners went up to Ram Dass and asked him, he said, what do I do? How do I access this? And he says, how do I feel this love that we're talking about? And he said, meditate like Christ. And this Westerner was very puzzled because, they were in India around all these gurus and stuff. And that was the last thing he expected to hear, like something from a Western religion. I meditate like Christ. And then Maharaji dropped into just this trance-like state. I forgot how long the story says, like maybe half an hour or so. And then he just came out of it. And for that second, he was lost in the love. In other words, like whether you believe the Christ story as a metaphor or as a story or whatever, he just became that love, the Christ consciousness, the Christ love. And that always just kind of resonated. That little story resonated with me. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, I got Be Here Now right over there on the counter. And it's a great book and a lot of wisdom out of Ram Dass. And he lived quite an old life. I think he was up in his upper 80s when he died recently. But anyhow, just a little afternoon sharing on a Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you like it, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you again this next week. Have a wonderful week, and I love each and every one of you.